All right. All right. All right. Welcome to another episode of Three Birds and a Punt. As always, I am one of your co-hosts. My name is Zafia, and I am joined by my friend John and my long lost friend Whip. Hey there, everybody.
Deuces. What's good, y'all?
All right. Look, the three
Hey,
birds. Oh, sorry, John.
don't even worry.
The Three Birds are back in action, and tonight is going to be a great show. Of course, episode 47 is entitled Philly Hustle. Okay, little nod to that Netflix movie.
Wait, real quick. I have something to say. I'm feeling good first and foremost. I'm going to see
Okay.
that movie tonight, so let's not talk about it. Y'all can talk about the movie,
Oh,
I haven't
but
seen
y'all
it
can't
either.
say
Only
oh,
John
okay.
will spoil it.
I saw it yesterday.
I see, John. See, you the old man. You old men like to grab chairs and shit and go tell old ass stories. You ain't gonna tell this story today.
Aesop's Fables.
All right, just y'all can talk about it, but try to keep it, low key.
No spoilers.
There you go.
All right, I got you. So, okay, we
You do
are
that.
as always,
You do that.
happy to announce that we have partnered with AmazeMedia Labs to be the official Eagles podcast of the Pigskin Network. You can find the Three Birds on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Megaphone, or wherever you get your podcast. We're also on Twitter and on Instagram at Three Birds and a Punt. We have been sincerely appreciating all the fan support and all the fan engagement we get. You guys we do it for y'all. So we really appreciate everything we see. All right. I want to jump right in. A lot of things have been going on. Slow news day here and there, but we Three Birds, we always find something to talk about. I want to start with your final thoughts on the Eagles OTAs. As you know, they only did 6 of them. Only 2 were open to reporters, so we didn't really get that much practice notes. But we got some good material, something good that we could talk about. And I'm gonna start with Whip, because he ain't been here in a minute. I don't know what this guy's thinking about this current Eagles roster. So Whip, what are your final thoughts on the Eagles OTA as you've seen so far?
So first and foremost, happy to be back. Salutations, everybody. I appreciate you guys holding it down, but I'm back. But in the words of the late great Black Mamba, job not done yet. Job not done yet. I'm not satisfied because
Okay.
it looks good
More.
it looks good on paper. Job not done yet. Period. Point blank. I need to see something. So so here's the thing. I was just like everybody else. Yeah, I'm a diehard. You know what I mean? And I was happy, but then reality crept back in. It was like, pump your brakes, bro. You've been through this shit years ago when you had Namdi and all them other cats. And I said,
We
you know
talked
what?
about this.
Dream Team.
I did. I checked that out, and I was like, yeah. So I pumped my brakes. You know what I mean? Did what I did. Had my vice. Had to think about it again. And I was like,
He got so excited he froze for a second. I'm very interested to see. Oh, there he is. And there he's not. Okay, until he comes back. John, what are your thoughts on this OTA so far?
I have technical difficulties like crazy.
Yes, we know,
right.
but you know what? That's what this
All
show
right.
is about, because we've had it. John had it.
All right, so let me tell you. So what happened was, when I was saying to myself, I need to pump the brakes, I bullshit y'all not. I'm on Twitter, and what pops up, that Kobe saying when he was asking him, he was like, job not done yet. And I was like, damn, that was a sign, bro. So as much as I love the addition of AJ Brown and Slim Reaper number 2, year 2, and the linebacker core gonna be a bitch, but job not done. Like, everything looked beautiful on paper, man. You know what I mean? And as much as I want to sit here and say we're gonna win the NFC East, I don't know that, because guess what? As much as everybody bullshitting and talking shit about Dallas, man, they still got Dak there, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still got Ezekiel Elliott, and Micah Parsons ain't no joke. So, hey, guess what? They ain't gonna match up with us perfectly. All right, so we gonna see, man. So that's what I take on it. But far from what I've seen from the OTAs, they look good, man. They look good. But I don't like what the coach did, though. But we're gonna talk about that.
Okay, we're going to talk about it. You know what? I think this would be the perfect opportunity because I think what you're talking about, you don't like that he took away 11 on 11s.
That too. And
Yeah.
not just 11 on 11. He basically told them he'll see them in July.
Yeah, there's no mini camp. There's only 6. There was only 6 sessions.
I'm like, bro, when did you win the championship, my guy?
He's taking a page out of the old Frank Reich,
man.
Reed, like that's.
Excuse my language, everybody, but fuck that. All right.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate here. We were one of the healthiest teams in the league after how many years of being the least healthiest team on the league. And one of the reasons that we were so healthy is because of the way they switched up and changed. They took away mini camp. They realized they didn't need as many OTAs. They changed the way that they practice. Coaches focusing way more on fundamentals in OTA so that he can do more team periods in training camp.
It makes complete sense.
Let me piggyback that. Who was our number 1 pick this year?
Jordan Davis.
How many downs did he play in college?
Not enough.
Like exactly. 33%.
Exactly. So check this out. I'll give a damn if he lost 25 pounds, 40 pounds. He never played an NFL game in his life. You understand me? They was not letting this guy play all the downs in college. Wait till
because they had talent behind him.
Dude, whether it's the talent or not, though, John, the whole point of it is that you giving this cat all this. This boy need training after training after training after training. You understand me?
And you don't think they're detailing fundamentals?
No, I mean that too, but you got to look at it though. You can't give these rookies no time to chill, man. You can't.
They work hard enough though. I think it's good for them.
Bro. It's
okay, John. Give me your take on it. Why do you feel like
hard enough?
I think it'll help later in the season. It'll help them later in the season. Watch, and then a lot of them aren't going to hit the rookie wall. Like him and the Kobe Dean, they're not going to hit the rookie wall. Because they have that time now.
You speaking off of
their minds and their body. Those dudes are gonna come out balling, I think.
You speaking off of pure faith and hope. Because the reason why I say that, and I'm not even joking, dog. You saying that out of pure faith and hope. Because guess what, man? Like I told you, them boys was the bosses over there in school. You understand me?
Best defense in college football history.
Bro, listen here, dog. Them boys did not get a taste of the league yet. The big shit. The big dog.
They've been preparing for it, though.
Listen,
both of them dudes been preparing for it.
You ready for this? Wait until they go against stout players. All right, I'm talking about them big boys.
I agree, but you know what they're doing? They're doing all the drills. It's not like the drills aren't happening. And I do get your point as far as wanting to see on 11 on 11 so that we can see what's happening in the line, but to a certain extent, I do agree with John. And I feel like there's a lot of data, medical data to back this up, that there can sometimes be diminishing returns in asking them to go full force in practice. You know what I mean? When they haven't necessarily learned how to play the position that we're asking them to play. It's one thing to make them go out and go rush the quarterback that they can't even sack anyway. It's another thing, as you say, Jordan Davis, he's not fundamentally sound enough to play the position we need him to play. So don't you think there should be more of a focus on his fundamentals, more of a focus on him understanding the rules of his job before he goes out and actually practices it?
So keep in mind, I played the game basically all my life. John did too. And when you have, he can tell you, and this is gonna make you smile, John. Your coach always tell you practice make what?
Perfect.
Practice make what?
Perfect.
Exactly. All right. So I don't give a damn what nobody say. Okay. I mean, coming, being somebody that played the game and coached the game and you know, with toddlers, I mean, not toddlers, but you know, young adults and young kids and shit like that. Ain't nothing like practice. And if you going into the big league, and I can understand what Sirianni trying to do. You know, he wanna make sure his guys is healthy. That's cool. But
not only that, the team bonding. If you heard that Dallas Goedert and
That's
Devontae
gonna
Smith
happen
at his
anyway.
charity game.
Yeah.
Like they're building something really good there.
That's gonna happen anyways. The chemistry is gonna click. The whole point of my concern is that if you don't got that rep time in, because I'm finna tell you right now, the only team that's probably gonna do the same thing the Eagles is doing is Frank Wright's squad, because that's where he got it from.
The
Right.
only team that doesn't have a mini camp this offseason is the Bengals.
Yeah.
And that's because they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
But
they deserve that.
Let me bring up a very underrated point to you guys. Okay, we now have moved to a 17-game season, 18-game season.
18 games.
18. We moved to an 18-game season. So we used to have 4 preseason games where most of the starters did not play, and now we have 2 games where a majority of their starters are going to be playing. If I'm the coach and I'm the medical team, I'm the sports and fitness trainer, I would be making sure that I'm not putting too much pressure on their bodies in the summer, because the idea that you say practice, they're going to get 18 games of it plus more over the season, not even counting training camp. I think honestly, I think the Eagles are going to be the first cutting edge of a wave of teams who are going to look at the way that the health of our team at the end of the season and the way that we're able to perform and still do what we need to do, and they're going to be taking from us. And I don't think we're going to see as many mandatory mini camps anymore. I think if you can maximize the time that you have with your players, you don't necessarily need as much time. You can give more opportunities for other things. You can have better time to make sure that they're actually detailing, everything like that, more so than you can give time just to practice, just to go for force against another body.
I somewhat agree with that, but prime example, Cincinnati Bengals, man, they don't have to do it right now because they did something that nobody thought they would do. They made it to the Super Bowl. All right. And they did that by practicing. They bust their ass to get where they was at. All right. They did that. And we don't know because we're not Bengal fans, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that's in the world that's checking out this stream right now, and that's NFL fans who probably agree. They bust their ass. They practice. They wasn't supposed to be there. They wasn't. But they did, and they got there. So if the Eagles are going to try to claim their second Lombardi trophy, they have to practice. Y'all want to know what the 2017 team did? They practiced. They bonded. That's why they became Super Bowl champions, because they practiced their ass off. It's just that simple. I can understand Sirianni want to build a family-like atmosphere with the team, and let's go bowling. Let's go put some basketball courts up around the neighborhood. Let's go play ball. That's cool. But dude, when it comes to crunch time, you got teams out here that's just as hungry as you are. Okay, you look sexy as shit on paper, boy. You look like you that bad chick walking in, my South Beach looking good. You look good on paper. You're like, God damn.
You know what? I will agree with you. I would agree with you there, Whip. It all looks good on paper. It is. We will not really see how much all this experimentation honestly is going to go, how they're going to gel until the season gets started. All right, I want to go on to a different topic. We could come around, circle back, and finish up later. There are some Eagle players on the fringe, right? They have literally, because we don't have a mini camp. We only had 6 OTAs. They only have training camp to really go there, show out, and actually prove that they deserve a roster spot. So I want to know, who are your Eagles players you have on the fringe? Let's start with you, John.
On the fringe, it's very I'm the elephant in the room. Rager. Because if he doesn't do it this year,
he ain't never gonna do it.
Next year, he only counts as $1.8 million against the cap compared to $6 million this year. So it would make sense for him to try to salvage any little bit of opportunity here in Philadelphia. They believe in him. I think it's mental, but we already discussed that. We already know what it
Right.
is.
We had a great conversation last week on Jalen Reagor, and I'll just want to say, sincere condolences to the recent passing of his best friend and former teammate.
Rest
And
in peace,
our
Jeff
hearts go out
Gladney.
to him.
Jeff Gladney, rest in
Yeah.
peace, TCU.
Rest in peace. And so, and I agree with you. I think, Jalen is a player that really has to go out there and really, perform. I'm gonna throw a little ball at you, a curveball at you guys. Eagle player on the fringe, Miles Sanders. Okay.
That's
And
a
let me
good one.
explain why. Okay. Look at our running back depth. I'm going to talk about it too later on. We don't really have that much. They're giving him every opportunity to show up, and he's still in his fourth year contract year. Still doesn't got his hands working. And we're an offense that needs a receiving running back. We rely on that, and he can't do that. And I don't. And that means he can't be a 3-down back.
It's sad because after his rookie year, we were like, oh, remember that game against Buffalo? He had an 80-yard catch. We were like, yo, this kid's the truth out of backfield. And then I don't know what happened. I think the whole thing with Carson and Jalen, I think that played a part in it, honestly, because that dude, he's played more than Saquon Barkley. He's played a higher percentage games more than Saquon Barkley, a guy that was drafted from the same school as him a year before.
Mm-hmm.
He has every opportunity to earn his role and get. See, that's the thing. Do we pay him? We pay him that 10 million.
There's no way we're paying a running back. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. We're not paying a running back. Christian McCaffrey money, Saquon Barkley money, Todd Gurley money. It's not happening. Let's go, Whip, Mr. Frozen.
I do it 1 year.
First and foremost, man, it's good to see John being old John again. Mr. Happy Man, ready go lucky. Always loving somebody. Boy, I miss it, boy. Goddamn, I miss it. But I'm here to tell you.
Oh, here we go. I told you Philadelphia's back.
I don't like him. He's trash to me, bro. The dude is overrated.
Which one, Reagor or Sanders?
Oh, why? Why you say that?
I'm talking about Miles Sanders.
Oh, damn, trash.
Overrated?
Yeah, he trashed to me. I don't like him. He's trash to me.
I thought you did.
And I'm willing to
challenge anybody. I'm
willing to challenge anybody to a debate on that. My man is overrated.
What's your reason why? Give me your top 3 reasons.
Because he's overrated to me, man. He is. He's not this back. Everybody want to compare this dude or try to make him the next Shady. He's not. Do not Shady. He will never be Shady. All right. Like, I don't even think Shady like him for real. Like he's not. Me personally, man. Give Kenny Gainwell this year. He'll outduel him easy. Like, dude is the better all-around back. Kenny Gainwell is way better than this cat, man. And like, I agree with Afia. He will lose his job to this dude. All right, I don't like him. I just don't like him. He probably a good kid.
I like Gainwell a lot though too.
I like him
outside of football. But I'm not a fan of his, man, and I don't give a damn what Eagle fans looking at this fight. What are you talking about? It's my opinion, damn it, and I'm sticking to it. I don't like the dude. I think he's grandma's Pampers, man.
Yeah. Who do you got on the fringe then, Whip?
JJ.
Okay,
my man just switched to tight end. Every time a player switch to another position, that means your ass is out of here.
That's a bad sign. Remember they did that to Jeremy Bloom?
Correct. He out of here, dude. Reagor is I think he's trade bait. He's still trade bait. Okay. He just need to go to a different atmosphere, man. Philly ain't for him. He don't like Philly. Philly don't like him. And like you said, I'm sorry about, his friend. Yes, look at that. EDP 445. I agree. Miles Sanders ain't shit. Damn, the return of the man. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, he ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think that way. I don't want to think that about Miles. I introduced the topic, and he's my French player. Surprisingly, I don't want Miles to be doo-doo. But he is sort of producing work I'm not
Doodle.
liking. And honestly, he hasn't cleaned up the fumbles.
He that dude,
Yankee
like
did a
you
good
said,
job with the fumbles,
he
but
like
he's
you
not
said,
available. He hasn't been
doodle.
available.
Doo-doo!
His worst thing in all this is his availability. He hasn't been able to stay on the field for 16 games.
Yeah, that's true.
Man,
I don't think. I think
It ain't
outside of his
just that.
rookie year.
My man has a fumbling problem.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's
Yeah,
another
he
thing. Let
does.
me say this real quick to add into that. Here's another thing why I said I need to pump the brakes. And I know it's for show, and I understand, you know, you got to draw fans in, get the ticket sales, but I'm so tired of the Eagles Twitter hyping us up. You know, the practices, session 1, session 2.
Yeah.
That motherfucker ain't get no better than the year he was like that before that, and the year before that. He gonna continue to fumble the motherfucking ball. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And I'm keeping it real with you, man. And it's like, look, I know y'all like, damn, Whip came back with a vengeance. I did.
You did.
I
And you know
did.
it's crazy because you see them drills they have to protect against fumbling. How does this man go through these
Correct.
drills and still
Hold
gets
the
on the
ball
field
like this.
fumbling the
Correct.
ball?
Hold the
Correct.
ball like
You already
this.
know who I want back. You already know who I want back.
Yeah.
That
The
old
grown-ass
man, that
man is
grown
still
ass
on the market.
man.
That own ass man.
What number
Still
would
on
you
the
think he's
market.
going to take? Because I think about that a lot. I'm like,
He
what
ain't-
number
he
is he
ain't
going to
coming
take
back
now?
anymore, though. I would love it. I would love for you, but he ain't coming back. I don't know.
Windows
But
open.
yeah, regular is a trade piece, but JJ turning into tight end. Yeah, that means he's doomed. Also,
I'll sneak in one more player, Andre Dillard.
Hightower.
Hightower. Well,
Yeah, they
the
keep
wide
keeping him
receiver room
around.
is crazy stacked.
He done too. And the reason why I say that is too many top-notch wide receivers on this team now.
Yep.
You got 3
Yep.
of them. Look, listen, let me
But
tell you
you
something.
know what though?
Quest speed is a bitch, man.
You know what though?
Yeah,
I was looking at the last OTA notes, and they were saying, AJ and Devontae weren't there, and they were saying the drop off in talent from wide receiver 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. We have Watkins and Pascal is very, very apparent. It's hard for them to get open. So I don't know if that means our defense is good, really, really good this year, or does that spell a little bit of trouble for our offense when we need to sort of have other players to matriculate the ball to. We're gonna need a second tight end. I don't know what's happening there, but I want to bring up Andre Dillard. He's on the fringe because think about it realistically. He's not a swing tackle. Okay, he can only purely play the left side. We have a lot of depth on the offensive line this season, way more than we've had in a very long time. I think you mentioned Rager being trade bait. I think Andre Dillard could be trade bait. I'm surprised he hasn't been traded yet.
He trimmed down too.
Because he ain't get traded yet because the Eagles ain't get what they want for him.
Yeah.
But and I see what they're doing. I think Howie Roseman is real brilliant when it comes to this because he knows that it's a lot of players that's in his position that's going to go down. That's not going to be what other team thought. They're going to be like, you know what? Here, let's just get these motherfuckers a number 2 or 3, and let's grab it. That's what they do. They're very smart. And they probably doing the same shit with Rager, too. They say Jordan Howard be laying people ass down. Dude is a bull. You damn right. And that's what I'm talking about. That grown-ass man. They need to bring his ass back.
His pad level is like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he runs with aggression and he runs with purpose, and that's needed sometimes.
And
I think sometimes with Booby,
never fumbles.
That's
right.
true.
And you know what I think the problem with Booby is? Booby sometimes is not patient enough to hit the hole. He sometimes gets jittery in the backfield and wants to go to the first thing you see, and it closes quick instead of waiting, following his block. Be more and more patient. You know what I mean? And be willing to run through the tackles. I know you can bounce it to the outside. I know you're capable of getting to your spot out there, but I need you to be able to run between the tackles, protect the ball, and grind out some yards. Year 4. We don't know, and it's a contract year for Booby, so we're gonna see there. All right, we're gonna get into our ads here.
I want him to go.
What'd you say, Whip?
I want him to go.
Oh. Okay, we know dang well. He said you on the fringe. Your time is up, Miles. All right, now Are you ready for the NBA championships to be crowned? Join the finals actions with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA bet and get $150 in free bets instantly. Looking to turn another small bet into a big payday during the NBA Finals? With the DraftKings Same Game Parlay, you can do just that. This NBA season, a customer placed a $5 Same Game Parlay and won over $5,000. Create your own parlay by combining multiple bets like which team will win, total threes made, total rebounds, and more. And boom, you can have a shot at even bigger payout. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code TPPN. You see it scrolling down your screen. Make any $5 bet during the NBA Finals and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code TPPN. Only at DraftKings Sportsbooks, an official sporting bets partner of the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Oh my gosh, that's an excellent deal.
John, I thought you was about to start rapping. You put your hands out and shit. I thought you was about to start spitting them bars, dog. I'm about to say, oh shit, I've been
trying to get them bills.
Yeah, I got jokes and jokes and jokes and.
All right, I want to jump into. I guess it's more so like a continuation of my next conversation since we was dogging the running back room. What are your underrated needs for the Eagles, right? Because Whip brought out a good praise. It looks good on paper. It looks great. Everything looks stacked. It looks beautiful depth. But there are some positions where I'm a little nervous about, where I'm like, I wanted the Eagles to go harder and they haven't, or they didn't. And we don't know what the season is gonna what the outcome will be. And so, John, let me start with you. What are your underrated needs for the Eagles?
Honestly, the safety position opposite opposite of Epps, because I think Epps is going to do his thing. If you really look at his tape, he's not bad. If they get they got to upgrade Anthony Harris, and I don't think Kayvon Wallace is even going to see the field. We missed out on Honey Badger. Honey Badger would have been perfect. Honey Badger, and Avonte Maddox. He would have taken Avonte Maddox game to the next level in the slot.
Yo, let me say something on that. I like what you just said, and I'm glad you brought that up. Kayvon Wallace, man, he was so hype, right? Like he was like hype train, and it's like he didn't really do anything, guys.
He's another one that hasn't been available. He's another one.
He another guy that might don't even make it. Like real rap. The hype train. He's supposed to have been the next B Dog. He was following behind B Dog. Ain't nothing never happened. You know. Yeah, John, I agree with you 110%, my guy. The safety position. You said Harris. I like Harris. I do. I like him.
Too.
He
does well for what he's asked to do.
That's what I'm about to say. He helps out. Okay. They need a stud over there, man. And guess what? Let me tell y'all right now. This is where I was like, the job ain't done. This is where the Kobe and me come in at. All right. You don't think them other teams that got to play the Eagles see how stacked they are right now? And you don't think not them motherfucking coaches, them offensive coaches, like, you know what? We got to find a weakness in this team. And we found them. Ding, ding, ding. The safeties. They are going to test the hell out those DBs. Where they're gonna look for where the weakness at, and that's the safety position. I believe that's the strong safety, right? Is it the strong safety?
The strong is usually the box safety, depending on the coverage.
Correct. All right. So listen, that boy Epps is going to be tested. Okay, they are going to torch the shit out of him. All right. So when I hear everybody hyped up on the Eagles train, okay, it sounds good and it looks beautiful, man. But other teams is going to strategize. They are going to do their homework just like the Eagles do. And they're going to see that weakness. They're like, gotcha, right there. And guess what? Even though we got great running backs, not running backs, linebackers, it's good once again on paper. Who's to say, they hit you with the play action? We ain't ready for that because let's say we go against a Derrick Henry. Just say that. We're going back against one of them big backs that's going to dominate the hell out that middle. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to hit us with that play action, and we're going to get crushed. That's my concern, and I agree. And I'm pretty sure that's what you're thinking too, right, Afia? The safety position?
You know, I'm drawn to the safety position, and you highlighting the defense, and I agree with you because I already think you guys have hit the nail on the head. You know, I think Gannon is going to try to deal with that by this odd man front we keep hearing a lot about. These ideas that we're going to be creating these sort of hybrid players to do a lot more dropping back in coverage. They had Derek Barnett do some dropping back in coverage, which we don't really want to do that often, but we want to make the offense think that it may happen. So maybe they're a little bit more hesitant to throw, and maybe they'll run. But I definitely think in general, the safety position it needs something on that other side. And but of all the areas that I had to be weak, I'm okay with it being there versus the cornerbacks. You know what I mean? Because they're going to likely to be a little bit exposed more often, having to deal with the top flight receivers. Then, we really realistically need a safety to either help our corners who are really good on their own, or be able to come down and help out the linebackers who we, again, hope will be good on their own. It's all on paper, like Whip said. I want to point out that our defensive ends are a little weak, okay?
No.
We got Brandon Graham. No, and I'm going to say why. Hold on. Before you say it's underrated, I'm going to explain why. Number one, I'm not talking about the entire line. I'm just talking about the ends. Just the ends.
Go ahead.
Brandon Graham is coming off an injury, okay? He's in his 11th season. We usually rely on him to be the main person getting a lot of pressure, and I don't know how good he's going to be able to be coming off that injury, okay?
He's going to be all right.
We'll see. Crazy. That Achilles, that's a lot of bursts. It's a lot of bursts. Second, I got Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat has been great. He's been maximizing his potential, right? And I love it. But we really don't know. We're not sure about how is he going to be finally having his actual breakout season, his actual Pro Bowl season. I need double-digit sacks. When's the last time we had a defensive end with double-digit sacks on the Eagles?
Let me say something.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Before you say something, answer my question. Who's the last? Because I'm telling you, it's been a minute.
With the dude from that Dream Team, Jason Babin.
Yeah.
Trent Cole.
Even before that, though. But Babin was after Cole, though.
Babin was after Cole.
Babin was the Dream Team.
So you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
no, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just saying. And then I know we picked up. That last guy. Okay. Sorry. What'd you say?
Let me give you a breath of fresh air. I agree with you. BG is old. Okay, he old. The ball spot even kicking in on his head.
Damn.
Yeah, he's trying to get the ball spot popping. So he start the show. So let me tell you something. Here's the beautiful thing about playing hybrid. Here's the thing about playing hybrid linebacker. You know, Josh Sweat is the future. They know that. That's why they signed him. You got Reddick that's going to play hybrid linebacker. He can play that as well. Okay. Keep in mind, even though they brought back that penalty making ass dumbass and Derek Barnett, he's still a young gun. All right.
Yep.
And you still got a couple of the cats they draft. Listen, let me tell you something right now. And it's so strange that we're talking about this because there's a friend at my job. Shout out to my man Chris. And we was talking about this. If it's one thing the Eagles are going to be strong at is the defensive end. All right. Because here's the thing. Them boys is going to get at you just because of the bull rush alone. All right. There's not going to be no running on the outside. Ain't going to be none of that. Because here's the thing. You got, I don't know how big Jordan, what's the name is? What's the last name? Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis.
That boy is big. Okay. Then you still got Fletcher and the other cat. What was the boy who was last year who was balling? What was his name? The one that's next to Fletcher.
Hargrave. Okay.
Hargrave.
No,
Gravedigger. That's Gravedigger.
The middle looks strong, and I'm not going to disagree with you on that. That the middle is strong, but I do like the addition. Yes, and I do like the addition of Hassan Reddick. I think Hassan Reddick elevates this entire group, because he's had double-digit sacks multiple seasons recently. So I do think that there's a opportunity for him to go in and do some damage. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if it looks odd and it starts slow, because they're going to be doing a committee. And I just worry about this idea of keeping these fresh legs, blah, 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 but it sometimes maybe that could also stop momentum from happening. Like maybe guys need to be in the game for a little bit before they start racking it up, but you're having them come out every third or fourth play, so they never quite get in rhythm. I don't know. I'm just inkling on that. All right.
Isn't it nice to not have to trot out Jannard Avery out there anymore?
Yes. Oh my God.
This dude got juked by the turf. If you look at that opening game against Atlanta, he got juked by the turf.
Don't take shots at Jannard Avery, man. I like Jannard Avery. He already do. Cut that out.
No.
He got juked by the turf.
Frequently on the ground.
He was going to get juked by the turf, dog.
That was bad coaching to me, if you ask me.
He got juked by the turf.
Yeah, I understood.
He got juked by the turf.
I wish that man nothing but success. He go ahead and be the best, brother.
Can I ask you just one question? Where are you at now?
I forgot what team picked him
up.
Okay.
The Colts.
Exactly.
Yeah, he might have got picked up.
All right. But somebody work with him right, man, he'd be all right. Like I said, you go be the best you, Avery. You the dude, dog. Go do
whatever.
You,
listen. At least it's better. No matter what, this defensive line is better than the Vinny Curry line and what's the guy, Ryan
Kerrigan? No.
Kerrigan. Okay, he just that was the worst signing ever. I need Howie to stop signing players from our division.
And he's not done. Howie's not done. He's not done.
No,
he's gonna wait for somebody to drop. Because here's the thing: as much as we sit here and complain about the safety position, he's going to get a veteran safety once they drop players. Mm-hmm. So it's not over. That's why I try to tell y'all. Like, the job ain't done. Howie's not done yet. He's going to wait until some camps is over. They drop some of their veteran players. That's a safety. He's gonna pick up one that everybody didn't expect to get dropped, and Howie gonna sign him. Mm-hmm. They ain't done.
Well, okay? You know that they've been in talks with the Ravens for their safety.
Clark
and
nice.
You see the Bengals have a whole situation with their safety.
Exactly.
So the Eagles are always circling.
They not done. Howie Roseman is not done. So wait, it's a guy out here for your name, Angelo Cataldi, on a radio show called 94.
Retiring this year.
WIP.
Ange is retiring this year.
Yeah, he's about to retire, right? So Howie Roseman called up here. And Andrew was like, "Hey, Howie, I just need you to do me one favor." And he was like, "Do you think you can get us a Super Bowl? Do you think the team putting together?" He's like, "Oh, man, I'm not going to talk about that." Then Howie said something I ain't never heard him say before. He said, "Ange, I got you. Trust me, I got you this year." And I'm like, "Oh, shit." Howie Roseman ain't never talked like that. He talked about, "I got you." Because he was asking, are we going to win the Super Bowl? He said, "I got this. I got this." And I was like, damn.
He has more power than he has, since back in the day when he ascended to GM in the first time around.
Correct. So it's not over, guys. I look for Howie Roseman to address the safety position when some veterans drop. I also would expect him to bring in a veteran defensive end player. It's not the fuck over.
Yeah.
I want to just end this one with saying we need better running backs. We talked about it in our last segment, and it percolates in this one. We need better running backs.
Give me Howard back. Give me Jordan Howard back.
Come on, grown man. Come on.
All right, y'all. The last topic tonight is we're heading into year 2 with Nick Sirianni, with Coach. I want to know what your thoughts are, how you're feeling about the way that he coaches the team, his regimen, his thought process. There's been recent news that he's given up play calling duties to take on a little bit more of a head coaching role. I want to know how you feel about that, and I'm going to start with you, Whip, because I know you got a lot to say about Coach. A fair.
I like Coach, man.
Yeah.
Like, he down to earth, man. He a young boy. He got the feel what an NFL season is. His feet was wet. So now I'm pretty sure he hungry for more. I like Coach. I just think that, he too gung-ho. He's still green. Mm-hmm. He's still green. And people know that. And I think the front office knows that as well. So right now he's going to do what he's supposed to do to keep a job, because he already know how Howie and Beetlejuice get down. He knows that. He ain't no fool. He know Beetlejuice will agree with Howie if he want his toasted, burnt, and all type shit. He gonna agree with him. You know what I mean? So he like, damn, I gotta be careful. So I gotta do my job. I think Coach second year, man, is going to be better than the first one. I think Howie Roseman actually not only helped Jalen Hurts, but he helped because now you surrounded this guy with a team that should get you a lot of goddamn wins. And
we have the
I'm looking forward
to in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for. I'm so glad this is the last topic because I'm actually looking forward to coach more years. Believe it or not, I want to see how he's going to hold up with a real team around him. Because if this man, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, and I said it, and I'm gonna say it again: job not done. All right, but if this man happens to take this team to the Super Bowl, that means he a hell of a coach, man. All right, so we gonna see, but I still don't agree with him letting the guys get off all that whole time until July 26th. That's
good.
Oh, goddamn, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
I know our word.
But we're gonna see. But that's who I'm looking forward to the most. I think and I pray that coach have a great year, and I hope that he learned from last year, run the damn ball. I hope he played balance ball. Don't do what Beetlejuice want him to do. He want him to throw the ball 85% of the time and run it 43%. Nah, bro, that's not going to happen. Nah.
Yeah. All right, John, how are you feeling about Coach in his sophomore year?
I'm excited for him. I like him. He's personable. He's somebody you could definitely get behind and root for, even after all the flower stuff. Now you see the flowers growing. People was talking mad trash.
Roots are strong.
You see that? I mean, now they just got to keep growing. Now they got to continue. They got to bloom more. There's more expectations. They got to meet expectations. Now we know the baseline. Now they got to raise the ceiling. Do you remember? I'm glad he gave up the play calling duties to Shane Steichen. I think that's a great idea. He needs to run the team more like a CEO, kind of have his hand in everything to make sure everything's like the position coaches are on their game. Offensive defensive coordinators make sure everybody on their squads are good. It's kind of early to say this, but he reminds me of a young Dick Vermeil. Now you remember Dick Vermeil. Now Dick Vermeil was young too, and they were hating on him. He was the college coach. They were hating hard on him. And what did he do? He took that team to a Super Bowl.
The first Super Bowl in our history.
His enthusiasm for football is so similar to Dick Vermeil's, and I don't know. I can't explain it. It's one of those things like the intangibles we talk about with Jalen. It's like I don't. My mind is telling me no, but my body is saying yes. So I'm like,
I know this man.
I don't know. He has the right.
My mind's telling me no.
No.
I think he is the perfect person. It's gonna be good. If Howie and them work together, they gotta. You see them in press conferences, like dap each other up and stuff. I'm like, oh man, I really like that. I think it rubs off on his team, and I just hope they do it, man. I don't know. It might not be this year. Hope again within the next 2 years. This year, hopefully,
it's going
in the right direction.
It's headed in the right direction. It's headed in the right direction. I want to piggyback and agree with both of you guys. I think Nick, Coach is growing and maturing and really coming into his own as a head coach. I briefly want to just run back. Punter is an underrated need as well because the punter we got right now sucks. So bring in a new punter, Howie. Get that going.
Aaron Sippers was cooking in camp, and then
now he sucks.
The season started. That 30-yard
fell off. But when it comes to Coach Sirianni, I'm very impressed with what I've seen from him. I think the biggest thing that I see from him is he's unselfish. He really, really believes in the idea that if the team is winning, then he's winning. He's not looking necessarily get the accolades. And that could fit really, really well with our organization, because how he loves to take all the credit for when it's going good. And he's always looking for somebody to, push it off to when it's not going so good. So I think Nick's lack of ego, or from the surface, from what we're seeing, his lack of ego is great. And what's pretty clear to me, and everything I've heard in the articles and the interviews, is that Nick is a perfectionist. He may not have an ego, but he is extremely detailed in what he wants and how he wants it done. And he is not going to be shy about letting you know, this is what I want done. This is how I want it to be done. It shouldn't look like this. It should look like that. And that's not ego. That's just being competent about and confident about your abilities. And like he said, I don't have to call the plays when I create the menu.
Facts.
Okay. At the end of the day, Shane is just the fry cook. Okay, he's cooking it up, but that recipe has already been made, baby.
Okay, I see you, yo. I see you. Breaking it down.
Cooking it up. Okay, so I think Coach is cooking with grease, and I think he's got a lot of positives to go on. In fact, let's bring up the fact we didn't even talk about the fact that the whole entire coaching staff is coming back for a second year as well. So we're looking at a great level of continuity in terms of knowing what you want, knowing what you're comfortable with, knowing what Jalen's comfortable with. It really is going to give us, I think, that added level of professionalism and competition, because you know that your coach is serious and intense about his business and about his work, and that makes you serious and intense about everything you're going on. So I definitely feel like a coach is really gonna really broaden his horizons. This is an important season, I think, for him, because I read an article recently that pointed out that Jeff Lurie gets kind of impatient with his coaches after the second or third year if he's not really seeing the results that he wants. And like John said, the expectations have been raised. We made the playoffs in his rookie season when we weren't supposed to. If we had gone 4-12 again, nobody would have said anything. We would have been fine. That cannot happen in year two. We have to win more games than we won in year one. And that's that, period, point blank, that's the expectation. So I think that Nick is more than capable of rising to that. I think that we already know, like Whip said, you don't need to be throwing the ball 80 times a game, 80% of the game. That's not our strength. Our strength is in playing towards, running the ball to then have the play action. Run the ball, have the play action. Keep the defense honest, of course, but we're primarily playing to the strengths of our quarterback. And even though Jalen has shown a lot of progress, we're hearing that he's much quicker, much more decisive. His drops are much, smaller, so he's having more power. We still have to really go off this idea that we're going to be a running-based team. And I think we can have a lot of success with that. We have the third easiest schedule in the NFL this season. We can rack up a great number of wins before our really early bye, and then, really use the last leg of the season, especially the last 4 games, I think, are all NFC East games. So we can really make sure that we're in the position to be winning the NFC East this year.
Mm-hmm. It's going to fall nicely, hopefully. God bearing any major injuries.
We're looking forward to it, guys. That's all we can say.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be excellent. I just have a lot of, like you said, expectations. It's good on paper. That should be the next style of the show. Good on paper. All right. Please make sure you subscribe and download to the podcast. Stream it on Apple, Spotify, Megaphone, or wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at 3 Birds and a Punt. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there on YouTube at 3 Birds and a Punt. We appreciate you. I am Afia. You can find me at According to Afia on Twitter. All right. Let them know where they can find you at, Whip.
Paint God 2K on Twitter. That's PA the number 1 NT, not I 1 NT GOD 2K.
2K. All right, John. And where can we find you at?
They can find me on Twitter at John Monroe Jr.
John Monroe Jr. All right, and that has been the latest episode of 3 Birds and a Punt. Thank you so much for tuning in. The great comment from the fans, and we'll see you later. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Peace.